First of all, congratulations to Memphis. We've played a lot of really good teams this year. They're as good as anybody we've played. We feel fortunate to have beaten them twice this year. But there was a big swing in the game. We got down early. We had a moment. We had a little moment there where we got a little discombobulated. Everybody kind of had to slide over one spot. Like Tremont, for instance, a lot better being the third ball handler instead of the second ball handler because of our system. It's the way it works. We had some silly turnovers and kind of lost our composure. And then we got it back, cut it to 5, and then there was a big play where we ran our passing game stuff, and the ball wound up in Terrence's hand for a wide open 3. That ball goes in. It's a 2-point game. And then on the next possession, that ensuing possession, DeAndre Williams had the same shot. It went in. So that's instead of being down 2, you're down 8. Then we come down and miss free throws, but we're right there. So I was proud of our guys. I'm proud of our guys for fighting. Put ourselves in a position to be in position. I just couldn't get over the hump there, but we kept fighting. So, Joe, I do want to mention J1 Roberts. How extraordinary he was today with the 20 rebounds. He never lost sight of his role on this team. I thought he was outstanding yesterday, and he was outstanding again today. So huge ups to J1. 10 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, 20 rebounds. That's pretty special.
And then, Coach, you saw your seed, you saw your path in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Don't really remember. I don't remember the 8 and 9. Who's the 8 and 9 in our bracket? Oh, no, Auburn. Where's that? Birmingham, right? So Auburn gets to play in Birmingham. Maybe we should have been a 9 seed. But you know what? First of all, congratulations to every school that made the tournament. I never lose sight of how hard it is to make the tournament, regardless of your seed. I mean, there's some really good teams this year that had great years that came up just a little bit short. Might have been because of an injury, might have been lost a heartbreaker because of free throws or somebody throwing a shot at the buzzer, whatever. But it's hard to make the tournament. So congratulations to every school and every coach. I happened to be watching Northern Kentucky and Cleveland State the other night. I was watching Cleveland State because that's who year we went to the Final Four. That was our first round game. And then I kept watching Northern Kentucky, and I just made a mental note thinking, boy, they're really good. Then I said, I remembered Cincinnati playing them earlier in the year. I think Jamal just said that they beat them by 13. So I told you all you need to know. Every game is hard. It's hard to make the tournament. It's hard to win a game in the tournament. But we're honored to make it. We're honored to be a 1 seed. But our kids have earned the right to be a 1 seed. So happy for our program, but more importantly, I'm happy for our kids who did all the work.
Okay, we'll take questions, please. We'll start in the front with Joseph, please.
Kelvin, can you maybe take us through the 24 hours in terms of decision making and what your thought process was on on Marcus and whether he would play, or in terms of how much you wanted to maybe sit him and get rehab and treatment, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, playing today was, I didn't put a high priority on that. We work all year to, make the NCAA tournament. I don't think I could have lived with myself had he played today and got hurt. So when we came in here this morning at 10 o'clock or so, and Marcus walked around. I didn't see a limp. I didn't say much to him. I'm sure if I told Marcus, you want to try to play today, but you know, when we came back over to the arena, I knew in the back of my mind that he wasn't going to play. As before I even approached him. I talked to John, asked John what he thought. So that's the right decision. You know, obviously, and in some ways, the game today was good for us in a lot of ways. We got guys minutes, and we got to evaluate some things. And I mean, obviously, you play to win, but we're 31-3. We'll be all right.
Over here on the other side, please.
Calvin, with your 3 games against, you know, an athletic team like Memphis, how do those games sort of help you prepare for potential other, you know, more athletic teams that you could face in this tournament?
Well, we play a lot of athletic teams. I'm not sure. You may be right. Is Memphis the most athletic team? We play. UCF's pretty athletic too. Non-conference, Kent State is really athletic. Alabama, fairly athletic. I'm being facetious. So we played a lot of athletic teams, and they got us ready. You know, playing Alabama and Kent State, for instance. But we're athletic too. So most athletic team doesn't always win. It's a team that plays the best. You know, when we had that thing down to 5 today, there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, we needed to make a shot. You know, we've always made that shot. You know, you miss 10 free throws or 9 free throws and miss 19 threes. But, you know, our work on the boards, 22 offensive rebounds. We missed 44 shots, but we got 50% of them back. But the problem was we only scored 17. If you get 22 offensive rebounds, you score more than 17 second chance points. Hopefully Marcus, you know, we'll get him rested up. You know, I think anybody that plays on a Sunday in the championship would prefer a Friday, Sunday bracket, just from a wear and tear. You know, Jamal played, how many minutes he played? Played almost 39 minutes. I'm sure he played 30-some yesterday and 30-some Friday. And tomorrow's Monday. We'll leave Tuesday, get to Birmingham sometime Tuesday. So not a whole lot we can do Monday and Tuesday because we have to rest and recover. But we'll spend a lot of time preparing for Northern Kentucky.
James?
Jamal, when you walked into the room to watch the selection show, you said new season starts. Just can you sort of talk about that mindset, and then Jawan, just your perspective on, you know, refreshing and, you know, getting ready for, you know, the big dance?
Just trying to get everybody's heads into it. You know, it was a tough loss today, and everybody felt it because, you know, a lot of people played that aren't usually in big games with us. Like Terrence had a pretty good day today. Missed some open shots, but, you know, he was playing good. And Emmanuel had an okay day today, but, you know, just trying to get their heads right because, you know, we got a lot to look forward to. You know, we got a good seeding, and, you know, just trying to lift their spirits a little bit.
And we're not just going to let one game, you know, dictate our season. You know, as much as we wanted to win today, we didn't. You know, we're not just going to sit here and dwell on it like that's the last game of the season, you know. And as you get to the tournament, you know, everybody's 0-0. And we're just going, you know, step by step. You know, need to work on some more stuff as we get into the tournament now, and just keep going. You know, younger kids having confidence, and that's what we're going to need in the tournament.
Coach, you talk all the time about wisdom and lessons. Is there a big lesson that you think you learned today, or that your kids learned today?
Yeah, you're a lot better when you're fully healthy. I learned that lesson. Their ace reporter, Dusty. You know, if the other team is full speed, it helps that you're full speed too. But I was proud of our guys. You know, we fought. You know, we had a couple of brain cramps and, you know, what the hell was that? We had a few of those. But we recovered. We got in there at halftime. We got a little organized. You know, there was some, you know, these guys aren't used to playing without Marcus. You know, last year, it happened during Christmas break. We had 5 or 6 days to prepare. You know, he got hurt on the 23rd. We didn't play until the January 2nd. So we got to practice. Today, you know, he got hurt yesterday. At first half, you could tell we were a little bit discombobulated. But I was making mental notes. I knew once we got into halftime, I could help him a little bit. At first half, things were going ping-ponging real quick. You know, Memphis didn't want to lose to us 3 times. You know, there's a lot of motivation. They got a chance to win a championship too. So once we got to halftime, we got everybody in the right frame of mind and got them organized. I thought we fought, and I was proud of them for that.
Go to Andy, then we'll go to the Zoom for the next, please.
Coach, right before the selection show, you made sure you told your team for them to have their phones on and be able to capture that moment. For you, why was it so important for your players to be able to recognize and be able to remember?
Yeah, it's because it's a great memory for them, because it's a tremendous accomplishment. You know, I was looking at Southeast Missouri State. I remember the first time one of my teams made the NCAA tournament, I think it was 1993-94. I was at Washington State, and we were a 8 or 9 seed, and Boston College was the 8 or 9 seed. And the winner of that game played, the 1 seed was North Carolina, and the 16 seed was Liberty. North Carolina had Stackhouse and Wallace and McGinnis and a bunch of those guys. Liberty led that game the entire last 2 or 3 minutes. And I think North Carolina won it right at the end. And then we led Boston College right to the end of regulation. They tied it up, and then we lost in overtime. Then we would have played North Carolina. But then Boston College played North Carolina, and I think they beat them by 12. But that's the tournament. That's why when people start betting on the tournament, I don't know how you pick teams. Literally, just like UMBC beating Virginia, there's not a team in there that can't beat the other team. Every team can win the game. That's the beauty of it. There's a reason they call it March Madness.
Okay, we'll take one from the Zoom. We'll go to Dan Tortora, please.
Coach, we'll look at this season, and not just this, but 3 out of the last 5, 30 or more wins for Houston, and getting a #1 seed regardless of whether or not you won the AAC tournament. Do you feel like there's national respect that's been building over the years for Houston, and just what you can say about the level of play in the conference?
Yes, there has been respect. But I quit playing that respect stuff. You never hear me talking about that. You know, the only people that matter is the people that play the games. Other people is just an opinion. I don't deal with people's opinions. I only deal with facts. But when you get a 1 seed, I would say that's pretty reflective of respect. You know, we're in the American Athletic Conference. You know, that's the league we play. You know, people say, well, if they were in another, but we're not. We're in this conference. That's the conference we're in. You know, so we play conference games. We were 17-1. The only team that we played twice and didn't beat twice was Temple. We beat everybody else twice. I think that's an accomplishment in itself. And regardless of what happens next week or the following week or the following week, I'm not going to lose sight of that. You know, there's a lot of people that you lose a game or don't get to where they think you should be, then all of a sudden they get disappointed. Well, maybe we won't be. You know, it just depends. You know, I'm proud of this team. It's hard to make the tournament. But a lot of that comes from, you know, how far we've come with this program too. So to be where we were in 2014 and now being a 1 seed, it's pretty cool. That's a hell of an accomplishment. So proud of my team, proud of our program.
Okay, we have one in the back, and then we'll go to Joseph for the last.
Jamal, Jamal and Jawan, are you finding yourself trying to build Terrence's confidence up so he doesn't hesitate on the shot?
Just with him being himself, you know, he's kind of a guy that you need to just, you know, talk to a lot because, you know, he's trying to learn so much. You know, it's his first year, and, you know, he's only been with us 6 months now. So just letting him be himself and letting him be confident in himself. You know, sometimes confidence has to come within. So with him, you know, just talking to him and just keep encouraging him, you know, he'll get it. And, you know, he passed up a lot of open shots today that he could have shot off rip. But, you know, that was his real first, like, real tournament game that he played a lot of minutes in. And he did really good for that. So I'm really proud of him, and I'm just going to keep encouraging him.
And I don't think, you know, Terrence knows how good of a shooter he is yet. Like, every time he shoots the ball, you know, even though my job is to offensive rebound, I always think it's going to go in. And, you know, he's 6'7", he's going to get a shot off regardless. So, you know, any space that he gets, you know, I always tell him shoot it. You know, just that's going to build your confidence right there, you know. And we want you to shoot the ball. So, you know, the more opportunities that he get to shoot, you know, and get comfortable, I feel like that plays along into the game. You know, once he starts shooting and he gets real comfortable, he gets to rebounding, he gets to defending. He does everything all in one. So I just remember one time in the game I told him, TRC, if you get this ball right here on this possession, shoot it. And he shot it and he made it. And I said, that's why you shoot the ball. So, you know, just going on into the tournament, I'm going to continue to tell him the same thing. You know, any window that you get, you know, just shoot it.
And we'll take the last one from Joseph, please.
Now that the bracket is set, Kelvin, the elephant in the room, where this thing ends in April, do you allow yourself?
No. Northern Kentucky is a hard team to play against. Why would I even think that? I haven't changed. It's just who I am. I have zero interest in people like it or not. We play Northern Kentucky. You know, what's the chances of getting to, for anybody, what's the percentage chance that, how many 1 seeds got to the Final Four last year? I don't know, maybe all of them, I have no idea.
1 or 2.
Yeah, so, you know, it's the way it's a tournament. You have to win to advance. So, no, we're going back to Houston tonight. That's for sure. We've got a 4-hour drive, but I'm sure our grad assistants will have pulled up tape on Northern Kentucky. I probably won't even watch this tape. But again, getting that thing down from 20 to 5 with a chance to cut it to 2, really, really proud of our kids tonight. And we'll get our attitudes right and be excited to play a really, really good, talented Northern Kentucky team on Thursday. You guys will find out the times of the games when we do. So I have no idea what time we play. Hopefully it won't be 11 o'clock in the morning. But if it is, then we'll go play it. So simple as that. Getting excited to go to Birmingham to see if we can win and advance. That's all everybody wants to do. We're no different than anybody else.
Houston, thank you. Congratulations and best of luck the rest of the